Good morning and happy Friday. My name is Michael Leeserman here with the Trial Guides tip of the day. It's May 12th, 2023. Today's tip comes from Bill Bailey's book, Show the Brief. Here to read the tip is Bill Bailey and his brother, Robert. They also wrote a book together, Show the Story, both excellent books. Bill, could you read today's tip, please? And thank you both for being here.
Thanks, Michael. It's a pleasure to be here. Here's today's tip. Your traditional legal skills of thinking and writing remain important to the persuasive content of a brief, but you have to learn how to make your written word stronger by becoming familiar with visual tools. This will enable you to work in a partnership with others who know how to do graphics and images, building your arguments in new and better ways.
Wow. So working with graphics people. Um, that's interesting to for briefs you're talking about here.
Like, that's right, Michael. And I have actually done that since 1992. And I have been blessed to work with a tremendous illustrator, Dwayne Hoffman, who I first became acquainted with Dwayne because after he got his master's of fine arts, he was working for a local newspaper doing illustrations for front page news stories. And I always really liked him. In fact, I just started looking at Dwayne's illustrations and forgetting the story itself, the text. So I thought, I'm going to call this guy up. Um, uh, Word has it that people in the journalism business aren't very well paid. Maybe he'll want to moonlight with me and do consulting work. Well, to my great benefit, he has. He has illustrated every book I have written. He has done every cover, and he's well spoken for in the outside world. He's now working for J.P. Morgan doing top secret in-house products that we, the public, don't see. But he loves doing plaintiff's work because it's interesting. It's a lot more interesting than financial stuff. So one day I was talking to Dwayne and said, Dwayne, my own art skills are pathetic. It's a tribute to Roberts and my mother that she saved any of my childhood artwork as well, because it peaked at age 5. I can not draw a stick figure better now than I could as a 5-year-old. And Dwayne laughed and he said, Bill, that's not your job. It's not important that a lawyer know how to draw well. You have all this knowledge about evidence and information that I have no clue about. I don't know what's relevant to your case story. You do. And so I need you to tell me what's going on. So what I'm going to tell you is you're just like the art director in an ad agency in the legal setting. And I thought for a moment, hey, I kind of like that. Even a stick figure guy can be an art director. So Dwayne and I have done this partnership where I will analyze my case in terms of Rick Friedman and Patrick Malone's Rules of the Road. And then I'll say to Dwayne, okay, this is what's really important here. And this is what I want this image to look like. And Dwayne will go off, he'll send me a draft and we'll work together as partners. What Robert frequently reports to me is trial lawyers do the handoff to him and say, do me an opening, do me a closing, but they're not very involved with him. And so he'll take it and run with it. But we have to change our ways, whether it's for the jury or the judge. We are directing the show. And so we have to bring in outside people that know these skills better than we do and use our skills to tell them what to do.
I love the idea of being the director and having a team that's helping us. So anyone that I know, I do this. I think everyone that I interview in these tips of the day, lawyers like yourselves that that have been successful, do it with a team. It's not just the graphic artist; it's the consultant. It's of course, the paralegals. It could be the video makers. There's teams of people you need, especially these days when jurors expect something simple and sublime. And the only way you do that is to have a lot of thought into it ahead of time. I know you do a lot of work on this, uh, Robert, to help lawyers. What hopefully looks like it didn't take a lot of effort, but the more seamless and simple and powerful, the more work it takes, right?
It does. And communication here again, Michael, which is what we're doing today, is the name of the game. Because as Bill said a moment ago, if as an attorney, you do not give your illustrator or whoever they are, whatever they're creating, the correct facts or not correct, I should say, but the complete facts, and think through, how are we going to shoot this as a camera angle? How are we going to illustrate this? Is it going to be an aerial view? Are we going to be on the ground in a bird's eye view? Those are important decisions. And if that's not communicated by the attorney to let's say the illustrator, then you get an illustration that may be wonderfully executed, but it's not the correct camera angle because that was never discussed. And it doesn't matter whether the medium is illustration or videography. I remember seeing once in a AALA or AAJ workshop, I was consulting a lawyer and he brought in this 20-minute video on a roadway design crash. And I looked at it and I said, you can't use this. And I said, back it up. And he backed it up and I said, look at this. And I showed him something on the video that absolutely I knew a jury would see. No one had seen this, and it did not support the plaintiff's case. It supported the defendant's case. And I'll never forget, he took that video and he threw it in the trash can, and it was 20,000 plus he had paid for that, and he knew he couldn't use it.
I love that story. I think that as lawyers, we can be so attached to our work product. Well, we work so hard on that. We spend so much money. We have to show it to a jury. No, our goal is not to show off our work. Our goal is to winnow through all of that and come up with what's most persuasive. And sometimes that means throwing things away. So thank you both for being here today. Thank you for sharing your wisdom. If you don't have Show the Story or Show the Brief, go to Trial Guides and get them. They're wonderful books. Thank you both.
Thanks, Michael.
Thanks, Michael.
Let's take a deep breath together and be grateful to be alive this Friday. May we use our time and energies today to help reduce suffering in the world, to reduce suffering in our lives, the lives of our clients, the lives of all beings. May our efforts today help to repair the world. May we fiercely and compassionately advocate for our clients, and may we champion their stories. I'm going to ring a bell 3 times now. This can take you into a meditation practice, a prayer practice, or just remind you it's Friday. Wake up, go out, do good things, have a lot of fun while you're doing it. Have a great day. Have a great weekend. Much love.